Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you love all things celebrity gossip, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a juicy story. Today, we're diving deep into an unexpected moment that shocked both fans and the Clooney family. Amal Clooney simply couldn't believe what her husband, George Clooney, did to none other than Shiloh Pitt, the daughter of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Trust us, you won't believe what happened, so stick with us till the very end. First, let's set the stage. George and Amal Clooney are one of Hollywood's most beloved power couples. While George has been a global star for decades, known for his roles in blockbusters like Ocean's 11 and Gravity, Amal has carved out her own incredible path as a human rights lawyer. Together, they're the definition of elegance, sophistication, and, let's face it, sheer power. But when it comes to their personal lives, they have always kept things relatively private, until now. Their life, full of gala dinners, charity events, and A-list soirees, may seem like a fairy tale, but a surprising moment unfolded recently that left Amal Clooney utterly stunned, and it involves none other than Shiloh Pitt, the daughter of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, and someone who's grown up under the constant glare of the media spotlight. You might be wondering, how are the Clooneys and the Pitts even connected? Well, turns out, George and Brad have been good friends for years, having worked together on multiple projects. So when it came time for a special event, George and Amal decided to host a dinner, and that's when things took an unexpected turn. At this exclusive gathering, both George and Amal were thrilled to see Shiloh Pitt, who has grown into a young woman who's equally stunning and poised as her famous parents. However, what happened next was totally shocking to Amal. So, what did George do to leave Amal speechless? Picture this. George, known for his charisma and wit, was seated next to Shiloh at the dinner, and the two began chatting. As the conversation turned lighthearted, George, with his signature playful humor, decided to make a cheeky remark about Shiloh's growing maturity and how quickly she was stepping into her own spotlight. He playfully teased Shiloh about her budding interest in acting, pointing out how she was clearly following in her famous parents' footsteps. But it wasn't the remark itself that had Amal gasping, it was the way George phrased it. In front of the entire guest list, including celebrities and close friends, George joked, "Shiloh's going to be the next big thing in Hollywood. The Clooney family will have to step aside to make room for her." And then, in typical George fashion, he raised a glass to toast her future success. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? After all, George is known for his charming banter. But what made Amal react so strongly was the casual nature with which George declared Shiloh as a rising star, especially given how protective she has been of her privacy and the fact that the Pitt-Jolie children have mostly stayed out of the limelight. Amal was taken aback, not by George's lighthearted comment, but by the fact that he'd put Shiloh in the spotlight in such a bold way. As a mother, Amal's instinct kicked in. She's always been fiercely protective of her children, Ella and Alexander, and has seen firsthand the pressures that come with living under the media microscope. It wasn't just a harmless joke to her, it was a reminder of the immense pressure Shiloh would soon face as her fame and career blossomed. After the dinner, Amal pulled George aside to express her concerns. She wasn't upset, but she was worried about Shiloh's future in the public eye. Knowing how much more attention her comment might bring, Amal, with her calm demeanor, reminded George that sometimes, even a lighthearted comment can set off a media frenzy, and Shiloh, still young, wasn't quite ready for that kind of attention. George, of course, apologized, realizing that in his excitement to show admiration for Shiloh's potential, he may have inadvertently put her in an uncomfortable position. But, in typical George Clooney fashion, he quickly made light of the situation and promised Amal he would make it right. The incident didn't go unnoticed, though. The following days saw headlines popping up about the Clooney-Pitt interaction, with fans and the media wondering if Shiloh might indeed step into the limelight soon. Given the close connection between Brad Pitt and George Clooney, it's easy to see why George's comment would fuel speculation. But one thing's for certain, George and Amal will be on their toes, keeping a close eye on how Shiloh handles this newfound attention. Shiloh, for her part, has always kept a low profile. However, this playful remark from George Clooney may be a sign of something bigger. Could we be seeing Shiloh Pitt follow in her famous parents' footsteps and make her Hollywood debut? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear, Shiloh's potential is undeniable, and whether she likes it or not, her famous family connections may eventually pull her into the limelight. Conclusion. A moment to remember. In the end, the moment left Amal Clooney in a bit of disbelief. She's spent years navigating the complexities of fame and media attention, and now, witnessing George's well-meaning but revealing comment about Shiloh, she couldn't help but reflect on the unique challenges that come with being the child of global superstars. But at the heart of it all, George and Amal's protective love for their children is what truly shines through. So, what do you think? Do you think Shiloh Pitt will eventually embrace the fame her parents tried so hard to protect her from, or will she take a completely different path? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.